Welcome to an 8-minute chair-adapted ab workout. We'll begin in a seated position on a sturdy chair and exhale back to cat, inhale upright to cow. So as we exhale back to cat, make sure to round your back, expand the space between each vertebra, and as we inhale up to cow, sit up nice and tall and just slightly expand the chest at the top. You don't need to arch your back too far on that cow. Make sure to lengthen the spine instead. Continuing to sit upright on your chair, lengthen your arms up towards the ceiling, coming into Dandasana. So here we're maintaining a neutral spine by pulling the ribs in, keeping the shoulders relaxed, engaging our abs, and to help, you can push your heels slightly into the ground, and that will help activate your lower body as well. Good. Keep breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. With each inhale, try to sit a little taller, a little more upright. And with the exhale, keep that length of your spine while trying to relax any excess tension. Good. You can lower your arms, your hands onto your knees or your thighs, keeping your spine neutral. Slightly lean back from your hips while keeping your abs engaged. So you can exhale to go back into a slight back lean. Inhale, upright. Good. So you should feel your abs engage as you move through this very small trajectory of leaning your torso back and forward. Sitting upright again, engage your abs, keep your hips very stable as you just step one foot out to its own side. So ideally, your other leg that is not moving is staying very still. And that is a signal that you're keeping your hips stabilized, which also means that you're using your abs. Good. You can inhale to move the leg out and exhale to move the leg back to center. And you can switch to the other side. And you can see I'm keeping my hands on my hips as an external cue to keep my hips still and stable. And for this exercise, you do want to make sure your chair is not too low. That will make it more difficult to swivel that leg out and back in. Great work. So now we're going to come into a seated plank. So what is that? We're basically going to use our upper body and our elbows or our hands to mimic the position of a plank on the ground. Here we're keeping the abs engaged. If you look at the picture-in-picture, you can see my spine is in neutral. And then I'm simply lifting one arm forward, reaching it forward and alternating sides here. And you should feel your abs engage even here, and also your arms working a bit. Next, we're going to come into seated bird dogs. So coming upright with your spine, you're going to tap one heel forward while lifting the opposite arm towards the ceiling, and return to center and then switch sides. So by engaging your abs, you can maintain a neutral spine and keep your hips nice and stable. Good. Using your abs, that means that you won't be leaning back or leaning forward with this exercise. You'll just stay nice and upright with your posture. And you can take a quick breather. Great work so far. Okay, next we're going to do a seated side crunch. So hold on to the side of one chair with one hand And with the other arm, reach up and overhead and towards that side with the supporting hand. And then you can, on the exhale, bring that reaching elbow back towards its own side, towards the rib cage. Good, so you should feel the contraction of your side oblique, the side where your hand is supporting your weight on the chair. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Good. And you can switch to the other side. And so even though you're leaning slightly towards the side, your hips should be very still and stable on that chair. So the side of the body that is having the arm raising and reaching towards the other side, that side's hip is not lifting off of the chair. It's securely anchored. Good. And you'll have to use your ab muscles to help maintain that stability as well. Okay, next we'll move into seated mini Russian twists. So these are very similar to the version on the ground. You're going to keep a neutral spine with your abs engaged, slightly lean back from your hips, and then do little micro twists with your shoulders. So you're not just moving your arms, you're moving the shoulders and the upper torso side to side in a slight rotation. You can see from the side view I'm trying to maintain a neutral spine, so I'm not back bending or rounding my back. My feet are solidly on the ground. Good, and then we're almost done. So we're just going to close with some seated cat-cows, exhaling to rounded back, inhaling upright and expanding your chest, just like we did at the beginning. Nice deep breaths. This time you can exhale through your mouth and inhale upright through your nose. Great work. Thank you for joining me in this workout today.